Okay, so I'm gonna put headlights on this little truck. Hotwheels La Troca or something like that. I gotta remove the rivets. So what I like to do first, I like to pre-drill the posts with the 116 drill bit. That way I don't have to do it after the thing is painted, or if I have to paint it or any of that. I like to try to get them right on the center and keep it as straight as possible. On the pickups, since the back rivet is a little bit smaller, I like to, try to be really careful not to drill all the way through it. And then on the front one, I try to go as far in as possible. And excuse my fucking English. I know it sounds like shit, but so after I use the 116 drill bit, I use another drill bit. I don't know what size this is. I forgot to look at it. But anyways, I try to use one that is the same size or just a little bit bigger than the head of the rivet. And I grind all that off. So try not to take too much off of it, because then you're gonna need it for the screw to like get something to hold on to. And I use the 256 screws and a 256 tap to put new threads in it. You don't really need a tap. You're just gonna have a harder time trying to screw the screw in there, but it's doable without it. So, y se me olvidó decirlo en español también. So, cuando le voy a poner los focos a un carrito, lo primero que hago es agarrar una punta de taladro de 1.16 y usarla en el mero centro de cada poste. Con las trocas tengo cuidado de no darle hasta adentro para que no salga por el otro lado. Y si sale por el otro lado, pues ni modo, no hay problema. Pero es mejor tratar de que no se vaya hasta adentro. Y hago lo mismo en los dos postes, en el de enfrente y en el de atrás, para no tener que hacerlo, ya que si es que la voy a pintar o te ahorras más tiempo así y es más fácil. Después de que le doy con la punta de 1.16, la cambio por una punta que esté al mismo tamaño que la punta o la cabeza del tornillo este. Y nada más le rebajo eso, la pura cabeza de esa madre, para poder sacarlo. Tienen que tener cuidado de no rebajarle al plástico, porque de ahí es donde se va a agarrar el tornillo. Son tornillos de 2.16. So once I get both of the rivets, it's ready to come up. So ya que le rebajo una vez a las dos cabezas de los rivets, nada más es a quitarlo y se desarma. I got my kid on the background fighting with his brother, so. And it's my first video, so excuse all the noise. I set all these aside. So now what I'm gonna do is drill the headlight holes. So ahora lo que voy a hacer es hacerle el hoyo en donde están los focos, con mucho cuidado sin rayar la pintura. I like to start drilling the holes with the 116 drill bit. Try to get them as center as possible. Siempre empiezo a hacerles hoyo con la punta de 1/8 y trato de centrarla lo más que se pueda, con mucho cuidado sin rayar la pintura. Y de ahí se lo voy haciendo más grande y más grande con otras puntas de taladro. Ahorita les enseño cómo hago las lenses redondas para ese tipo de carros. Porque estas son las luces fáciles. Las difíciles son las que son cuadradas. Este tipo de luces son las que son difíciles. Y más cuando el carrito no trae las luces hechas de plástico y uno se las tiene que hacer. Pero las redondas como esas otras son las fáciles. So I start with the 116 and I keep going until I make the holes the size of the headlight. It won't focus. I try to clean them up a little bit, make it look good, and then I'll move on to making the lenses. sea, ya que le hago el hoyo con la punta de taladro y le empiezo a hacer más grande y más grande, hasta que queda el tamaño del foco, de ahí me muevo para hacer las lentes. Make the round shape. You heat up a piece of plastic, you use a brush or something that you can find, you push it through, and you can get a headlight out of it. Once you have it ready, you stick it through the holes that you drill, you epoxy them, then you get your whatever color LEDs you're gonna use. You stick them in there. It won't focus, I don't know why. Okay, there I got it. You use once you make your headlights, I use a piece of plastic, I heat it up with the heat gun, and then I push with a paintbrush, get the shape out of it. It has to be the same size as the last drill bit that you use. And then once it's ready, I just put them through the holes. I epoxy the LEDs I'm gonna use. Once they're epoxied in, it's dry, I just twist the wires together and I start getting ready to solder. I twist the wires together. I get the battery holder to test fit it. On this one I have a lot of room, so I'm not gonna have to cut anything other than the hole for the switch, but everything's gonna fit fine. So once you got everything soldered, it's common sense. You don't need to show you how to solder, a battery holder and put the battery in and solder everything else. Once you got the switch and everything, you made the little cut for the switch and you just put it all together. That's it. Once you cut your switch hole and you put everything back together, make sure that it works before you put them back together. And you should end up with something like this. Everything should close nice and tight and no gaps. And there you go. Sorry, I got my kids in the background watching videos. Look at this beauty. See?